This is the first video for lesson 10.5. We're going to be doing reflections and rotations, and so we're going to start out by reviewing what we know about reflections. And so you can choose to either do these along with me, or you can do them and then just skip to make sure that you did it right. So I'm going to do number 1, and the first thing I'm going to do is draw my line of reflection. And so my line of reflection is going to have a slope of 2/3 and an intercept of 1. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. And then I'm going to note that this has a slope of 2/3. And so my pathway that I'm going to follow is the opposite reciprocal of that, so -3/2. So my slope for my pathway will be -3/2, and so everything's going to follow that. So I'm going to go, instead of down 3 to the right 2, that will take me in the wrong direction. I'm going to go up 3 and backwards 2, so right there, and then I'm going to do it again. And that will be my B prime. So go ahead and do the other 2 points and then connect your points and make your triangle. Okay, that's my image, and then you'll notice that if I connect the points between B and B prime, that's perpendicular to my line of reflection. It's also equidistant on either side. So that's how I know that I have that right. Let's go on to number 2. Okay, my line of reflection on this one, y equals -x minus 1. Make sure you notice the negative. So we're going to start at -1 and then go on a slope of -1. So draw that line in first. And then note that this slope is -1, so my opposite reciprocal slope will be +1. So I'm going to take each point and it's going to follow a pathway of 1. So I'm going to go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. And so we're going to do that to find each point on the image. And then you'll connect your points. So when you're done, you want to make sure it looks right. Okay, make sure that those lines look like they're perpendicular bisectors, or that they're being bisected by the line of reflection. Make sure that if you were to fold on this line, that everything's going to match up. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to kind of go at this backwards. We're going to look at an image and a pre-image, and we're going to identify the equation of the line of reflection. So where's the line of reflection? So if you look at number 3, if you look at A and A prime, it's pretty easy to see where that line of reflection is going to go. It's going to go right in the middle there, between C and C prime. So when you have something like this, where you have like a nice vertical line or a nice horizontal line, that's the line of reflection, it's really easy to see. So not a very challenging thing, although some people struggle still with writing the equation. So if you're going to do this vertical line, that's my line of reflection. That's going to go through the x-axis, and it's going to go through the x-axis at 3, so that's my line of reflection. Okay, for number 4, this is another one. Again, it's not terribly difficult because you can see, if you look at B and B prime, it's pretty easy to find where the midpoint is. And so if you count, like if you want to just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, then you're going to go 4 on either side, and so that's going to be where your line of reflection is. And then you just make sure that that's correct for A and C as well. And it is, and then you just need to write your equation. So write your equation in slope-intercept form. Since it's a horizontal line, it's going to be y is equal to 2. Okay, now number 5 is a little bit different. This one's going to be harder because you can see that it's going to be something like that. And so finding exactly what that is going to be a little bit harder. So here's what you do. Get 2 of the points, it doesn't matter which 2 points, but connect them in a line, the pre-image and the image, and find the slope of that line. So the slope of this line is rise 2, run 6. So that's a slope of 1/3. So my line of reflection is going to have a slope of -3. And so I'm looking for something with a slope of -3. So I can get a lot of slopes with -3, but I have to get the one that has the right y-intercept. So another thing that I need to do is I need to figure out where's the halfway point. So instead of going up 2 over 6, if I go up 1 over 3, this is halfway. So I'm going to get that one. I'm going to do the same thing with A and A prime. Okay, now that's going to also have a slope of up 2 over 6, or 1/3. This one, if I went up 4 over 12, but I'm going to go up 2 over 6, and that gets me to the halfway point. So if I connect these 2 points, that's going to do it. I just need to be careful that I'm getting the right y-intercept. So if I look between, I'll just call this M1 and M2. If I look between those, I need to find out where the y-intercept is going to go. So if I go down 3 and over 1, down 3 and over 1, it's going to be right there. And so we're still using the slopes just like we did when we were drawing the line of reflection, or sorry, drawing the image and the pre-image, but we're just using the slopes in a different way. So we're coming up with the equation of the line, and so I need the slope and the y-intercept. So since my slope I know is going to be -3, my y-intercept I now know is 4, I can write my equation, and that's my line of reflection. Okay, I want you to pause and try number 6 on your own, and then come back and just compare what you're doing with what I'm doing. Okay, what you should have done is find the slope between some of the points, and so this one is -1/2, and so my perpendicular slope will be +2, and so I know that I'm going to have a slope of something that's a slope of 2, but I have to get the right one. So I'm going to take the point that's right in between C and C prime, and starting there, because I know that my line of reflection has to go through that point, I'm going to do a slope of 2, so I'm going to go up 2 and over 1, up 2 and over 1, up 2 and over 1. There's my y-intercept. And so if I connect these 2 points, that's going to be my line of reflection. It will be equidistant from A to A prime, from B to B prime, and we already know it's equidistant from C to C prime. And so writing the equation of that line, I'm going to know my slope is equal to 8, and so y is equal to 2x plus 8. Okay, we'll continue learning about the rotations part of this lesson in the next video.